Hey everyone, in this video we're going to go over Shushu and her skills and how she works because she has a very unique skill, right? Which we'll just get into a discussion soon about. Now her basic attack is just scales off her max HP, nothing exciting. She does have a very interesting attack range, hits 6 potential squares. This is probably not very relevant in PvP because she probably won't do enough damage anyway. But in PvE, there's a lot of squishy units. She could even potentially hit, all of those and maybe kill them. I haven't really tested that personally, but considering how high her health pool is, this could be quite nice on some stages just to do it quicker. However, most PvE stages will be covered by Morgan anyway, so I don't know how relevant that will be, but it is something nice to note. Then her taunt, she has an auto-taunt, and this is the rank 9 taunt, which is infinite turns. Now you might be wondering, what's the difference between infinite turns and 18 turns, right? Which is at rank 7, because 18 turns covers a whole fight, generally speaking, right? With 9 units on either side, that's 18 turns. But there are some PvE stages, such as Red Tower and Moon Abyss, where there's more than 9 units on the enemy side. For that reason, that's when the infinite turns will, make a difference, right? But it's not that big of a difference that, I would say that rank 7 is fine to leave it at. It's not too big of a deal. And therefore, if you don't want to overly invest into her, you just want to do the bare minimum, I would say rank 7 is the amount to get to. Then she also gains HP back when she takes an attack. Unfortunately, it's only once per turn, but it is nice if she's not taking too much damage to get a bit of health back. And she also has resistance for her damage reduction, right? Therefore, she's not just a complete health pool, meat shield. She does have a bit of damage mitigation. Unfortunately, Angel Bellina does just blow her up because Angel Bellina is an anti-resistance unit, but against everything else, Shushu is pretty decent tank against. And then her primary skill that I mentioned earlier is her special unique skill is armor erosion, and this description is not 100% correct. It does proc at the start of the battle and last for infinite turns for 20% armor. However, this reduced targets wording is a little deceptive. It actually reduces every single unit on the enemy side for the rest of the effect. It's not just one target, and it's not just whatever is within her range. It's the entire entire map. And that makes it quite powerful, especially in PvP where people do not have anything like a Mo to counteract this on their guard units. Now Mo is actually a counter towards this, because Mo at rank 5 will buff 20% armor to guard units, and that will allow the guard units that are built 100% armor to still be able to do their thing and block or attacks that don't ignore armor. But for those who do not have a rank 5 Mo, then this is where this can allow you to eat up their team with something like a Transcendent Starry. Because normally you just run a Jack Sui to have 100% armor, and you don't even need a Mo to reach that 100% armor, right? But then if there's no Mo and you have this, then it will reduce a maximum Jack Sui down to, I believe, 85%, because with her full armor and affinity and all that, she should reach 105%, but then it brings it down to 85. So that's nice to combo with T-Starry, right, against those sort of teams. However, if they do have a level 5 Mo, then you'll probably still get bricked by the Jack Sui. And then her EX, she does some extra damage if she is below 50% before she attacks. Nothing too exciting there. Then her resonance gear is all HP %, and For her cores, you want to run her on 2 HP percent cores, because her base health is so high that she doesn't actually gain more benefit from running flat HP. So you just run 2 HP percent cores and get her to 40k health. She's basically like, you know, one of the most highest HP units in the game, if not the highest. You know, pretty similar to Lulula and Farnese in terms of health pool. Yeah, so for Mo here, just as a just quick note, rank 5 is when you gain the 20% armor for guards, right? So that helps protect your Jaxui and other armor units like Julius and Mo herself, who are also high armor units. And rank 10, it goes up to 30%, and then that will basically, Shushu will basically just reduce this down to 10%. Now I'm going to show you a bit of a quick example, just so you can see it in game, right? Okay, so if we just go into any match, now this match he has a rank 5 Mo. But he doesn't have a Jaxui that I can show. Unfortunately, the recent replays I couldn't find a Jaxui, but I can illustrate, at least showing you how Shushu's ability works. Now Shushu should be targeting the Hlock, right, with her natural targeting. Of course, there's an auto-taunt here, so either way, with her attack range, she should hit everyone in this range. But not anyone here, right? Now, if I click into, say, Nastia, check status, you'll see that she's being affected by the armor reduction. That is to be expected. And then, if you look at the unit at the back line, so let's say this Lilith. So we check status. She also has this armor erosion, despite not being within Shushu's attack range, and that's why it's, you know, a map-wide armor reduction. And yeah, that is also how you can just quickly check whether things are working the way that it should be, because unfortunately in combat, like, the text and stuff just goes so quick that you can't really, it's really hard to tell what's going on. Therefore, if you want to really check, you know, buffs and debuffs, go into here and check status, and you can look at what's going on, right? What buffs there have been applied, etc. Right? Okay, and that is it for Shushu's skill kit. Oh, actually, sorry. There is one more thing I should mention before we end, and that is the armor reduction was working on the most recent Crusade boss. Now, I'm unsure whether it's because it just didn't have an immunity to it specifically. I don't think so, though, because it doesn't seem like it's technically classified as a debuff. But if you are trying to push for high ranks in Crusade Raid, I think Shushu is a really good unit to have as an option. However, with the 20% reduction, that is a rank 10 ability, so it is quite a significant investment. But 20% armor is quite a lot for a debuff, and she can also sort of multi-purpose as being the tank for the team, especially if you don't need Farnese's second life. Then, and Shushu is good enough, then, you know, it's a tank that's also debuffing the boss, right? And that is a very big gain on the potential damage you can do on your team. So keep that as an option. Obviously, this will depend on whether the boss is designed around it having at least 20% armor or higher, and also if you're not running an armor ignore DPS, right? Because if for most bosses, probably Belina is still going to be the best, and because of that particular reason, since Belina isn't an anti-armor unit, Shushu works very well in combination with her. But even any other non-armored DPS unit, such as Valentine Charlissa or Rodnia, is also another one. Those type of units will benefit from having armor reduced, right? So yeah, that is the last thing I wanted to mention. If there's anything else that I might have missed regarding Shushu, feel free to ask in the comments and I'll answer you as soon as I can. So thanks for watching, I hope this is helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.